Okay, I'm using Hair by Belle Bree. I have 114 and 216, so 3 bundles. And then I have a closure that I got from AliEpress. This is a 5x5 closure. I'll leave the link below as to where I got this closure from, and I believe it's 14 inches. And I will confirm that down below as well. So I'm already prepped to make my wigs. I got my thread needle and thread going, and I got my wig cap pinned down already. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is place my closure onto my wing cap, and I have my T-pins. So I'm just gonna go and pin it down so I can make sure that the closure is secure while I go ahead and sew that down. So I'm gonna be having a middle part and like a high side part. So I'm just gonna place the closure in the middle right there, pin it down. And pull it a little bit so it lays flat. And then you just want to secure the back. Okay, so one thing that I do is for the closure, I use nylon thread. And I like the nylon thread because it's very thin, but I do not like to use the nylon thread for my bundles anymore when I sew them. I like to use the regular thread because it's thicker, so it's going to secure better. And also I find with the nylon thread, it tangles bad. So like for me, I like to make my thread arm to arm length. So if I make my thread arm to arm length with the nylon thread, it tends to tangle up on me. So starting to go ahead and secure the closure, I just put my needle through. And I open up the thread just like that and push the needle through that. And secure it just like that. And I literally just do the same thing all around the closure. And for the closure, you want to put the stitches really close to one another so that you don't have any bubbling on the closure. And bubbling will cause it not to lay flat. So that's why securing them with the T-pins helps it to lay flat. And just holding the closure a little bit and pulling it as you go, that will help it to lay flat. Because you want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to do this all the way around until I'm to the other side. And I noticed that some people stop when they get to the middle of the back of the closure and just start on the other side. I don't necessarily have to do that because how I have the T-pin securing it so flat, I never have a problem with it buckling. So like, see, as you can see that when I pull this down, it's laying completely flat. And so that's how it's going to be on the other side because of how I have the T-pins laid tight. come back when I'm done with securing the closure. Okay, I'm gonna start off with my wefts doubled. I'm probably gonna double both 16s and then single the 14 because I want the top to be very, very flat, so I want more of my length and weight in the back. So again, one thing that I failed to mention, that you want to make sure you have a needle with a thin opening like that, because it's easier for it to go through the closure in the weft. So I'm just gonna go ahead and puncture through both wefts. Okay. And then I'm gonna start at the very edge of where my closure starts, right there, stops. So okay, and you see how much easier it was for that to go through the weft? That's because the needle is not super huge. And again, I just put the needle through the opening of the thread, and that was my way of knotting it. So you see. Okay, so I'm gonna just start right here and go ahead and fill that in right there. Pull it through. Open up the thread, pull your needle to the left through the thread, and that's just gonna lock it. Locks it in place. And I will be sewing these wefts like very close together so I can get as much hair as possible on